What do you think, Mia? What do you think? Get this back on here. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, you. My ankles lately have felt so stiff. I hope you have a beautiful day. Hello, hello. We're working on our next presentation. Ew, hello. And I also have my tea. I'm so sorry. I was debating, do I sleep for a little bit longer or do I sneak out here and try to do this before the Rugrats wake up? I want to see if you guys can guess it. Can you see? Oh, it's backwards. Darn it. I don't know how to change that. Bonjour, bonjour. Hello, hello. I wonder how I can change the way that the screen looks. Well, you can read these. These are not that many things. But it says sit blank, don't blank, be blank. Who can fill in the blanks? Who can fill in the blanks? I asked a couple people, like in real life, and they were like, they didn't know. They did not know. Oh my goodness. Good morning. Essence. Oh my goodness. So I'm studying about the inner self, the shadow self, inner child, and came across the inner self and what it's consisting of, and it says our core values and our intuition. The compass that points you towards what nourishes your being. I love that. I love that. Really, I thought that was adorable and accurate, very accurate. Good morning, good morning. Jacob, look, ask and you shall receive. I'm working on a project. It's one of my goals. But I think bedtime stories would be awesome. I think that that's a great idea. I've actually thought about that. I was like, that would be a good idea. I'm glad you are able to have a place for yourself now. You did really well cleaning and organizing. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hi, Nikki. Hope everything is going good. Yeah. What happened with work? Able to have a place for yourself. I know, right? VIP. You should see this place at nighttime. It's like, you will see this place at nighttime soon. I got lights in here now. Oh my goodness. I love being able to just come out here and just breathe. And I appreciate you bringing that awareness, because I do have the awareness every now and then. I'm like, look, like we have somewhere to sit and come and breathe. But you know, I do find myself, my mind being like, we don't even have a bed. You know. So I appreciate that. I need to just be really grateful, because this is way more than I've had for some time. And I also have the RV now. So like, I'm finding my spaces, and I really love, you know, there's some ideas. I haven't got back to my comments, but there are some ideas last night in the area that I'm planning on working on next. None of them are completed. Anyways, what happened with my job is that I am going to be staying for the time being. I'm not at liberty to discuss too much about what's going on. I've just requested that we have a team meeting because communication is really important to me. I have done my best to request that we keep everything in a group chat so that everybody is involved and in the room, or at least the chat, when we're talking about their work, which is me. I'm the only one in the group chat so far. So that's how that's going right now. But I'm really excited for all my projects, and I'm working really, 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 really hard on them. And the job's jobbing. Tell us bedtime stories, sing us sweet lullabies. Just came across my channel. Has my dating? I'm not dating at all. I'm not dating at all. I have, you know, been more open to making connections as far as like talking to people. And I do feel like I have learned a lot about myself through my recent connections. And I've learned that you do really need to be connecting with people to gain awareness of your, like, I've been triggered a few times over the last month by my but just basic conversations, and that was a very intense experience for me. I am gonna speak on it because that was one of the options. I'm gonna talk about. I have videos planned for each of those things that I listed. I just wanted to gauge how interested people were. But dating, I'm not dating. I'm not dating. I'm not interested in dating. There's nobody that is interesting enough for me to want to date right now, to be honest. Um, and just even letting people give me rides occasionally ends up I feel like misleading people, so that's how that's going. I do have a couple of dates with girls planned hopefully soon, but we have to get to that part in the talk and it that far, but it's in the stage of, what do you like to do? What do you like to do? When do you not have kids? That's where that is. So but the connecting with people is going great. At points I'm like, I don't want to connect with anybody. I don't like this. This is awful. This is horrible. But I'm also like, hey, look, we're learning so much things about ourselves. This has nothing to do with the people. If they're all like, if the connections last, that's great. If they don't, then that's a lot less stress on my plate of trying to just be a basic, normal, functioning human being that talks to people. You're staying. Okay, that's what I was asking. Aw, don't take less than what you deserve. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I'm reserved. I'm extra reserved. More reserved than I've ever been. Sending love in. Thank you, Nikki. You always have good positive energy. Yeah. Facts. Focus on yourself. Yeah. No, I'm definitely focused on myself, and the job, including that. The thing with the job, and the thing with taking, less than I deserve. Realistically, I knew getting into this job that this job could never provide the financial security that I'm after. So that does not interest me. What interests me about the job and what's made it such a challenge for me is that I am I know people are like, cashier, that's such a whack job, whatever. Or, it's like a low fruit hanging job or things like, there's a lot of like preconceived feelings about it. But the thing about the job is, I love getting to be somebody that people come and see, before they're going off to whatever they're going off to in the mornings, whether it's work or a funeral or a wedding they can't stand that they have to go to, or just whatever the mundane thing is that they're like, ugh. I love getting to be the person to make them smile through that, or to like bring up their day and stuff. Or at the end of the day when they've had a drain day and they've been working from 3 in the morning till 7 at night, I enjoy getting to be like, aw, you deserve to rest. You worked hard and you did a good job and you deserve to rest. So yeah, the intrinsic value of getting to be kind of that light in my community is very important to me. There's a lot of people that I've built connections with and rapport with. There's some people that went from never saying a word, but then now, uh, they didn't even come in for nothing. They just wanted to talk to me. That happens so much. And this one woman, yesterday came in and she was like, hey, I came in to see you. And some people that come in there, I can tell they're dealing with their I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional. I can tell that they're going through some things. And they're always very kind, but I'm ringing them up, daily. And it just pulls on my heartstrings a bit, and a woman had come in yesterday and said that that she cleared out all of her, alcohol bottles and stuff like that. And she was, saying that it was so horrible. And I was like, that is so horrible, but it's a hard thing to do, and you did it, and I'm really proud of you. And she says, she's ready to change her stuff around, and she just didn't really need anything, but she wanted to come talk to me about that. And I was just like, I was floored, because I didn't know that she even, you know, thought about that. And that's been a place where I've been, I feel like a lot of people have been in places where they're like, I need to work on this, and instead of buying what she normally buys, she just bought, a drink, and it was just, to get to be included in that part of a person's journey is really important. I can't be ignorant. I can't be. There's a hummingbird. I can't forget that I need to become financially stable, this is what I'm going for. But I would love it if I was able to communicate with my staff in a way that made it so that I could stay there for a day or two a week, because I do find it really awesome getting to be there for people like that. Shut up, Jacob. I wasn't crying. No, I'm not taking the socks off. Yeah. Yes, it's the social interaction. Yeah, the social interaction. Dead end soup cans are the ones I pick at the start. Am I the dead end soup can? Yeah, I build connection with people, and my job makes them think we are humans too. Yeah. Thank you, Dirt. I'm not working out. Leave my forehead out of this. It holds my big brain. So you wouldn't be opposed to being a major positive influence? No, I wouldn't be. Yeah. I am, and I'm making connections with people that also I can tell don't make connections all the time either. It feels really good. Congratulations, TWC. Congratulations. And I'm talking a lot, I'm finding out who has the hay. Who's the lumberyard owner? That's what I'm finding out. I'm finding out who's the good builders of the town. I'm looking at who's undervalued and unappreciated. Where can I do good beyond cleaning the ground and collecting money? So, I'm still there. But I would love to continue to find different ways and more ways to better serve the community. All right, you guys, we're back on to our this for the day. I just wanted to come on here because I know I haven't been on here for a few weeks, but I won't be on here very long. I think it's actually been only a couple of days. Natural gifts and strengths. Creativity, empathy, sensitivity, leadership, humor, resilience, whatever flows most naturally. She also said she was gonna go buy the makeup from the dollar store like me. I was like, that is so funny. I have a fear that I'm not going to be able to read my own handwriting when it comes to this presentation time. Needs and desires. I always wonder what it's gonna be like when I start the video. When I start the video, I never have a clue what I'm gonna say. Like, so it's nice to have this board, but even with this board, I'm finding my rhythm because I still don't have a clue of what I'm gonna say. But I do like the board, it's nice. But I'm like, I'm running out of space. The need for connection, safety, play, expression, rest, love. Soul level longings. Wholeness. Oh no, no, not my shadow, man. I didn't cry at that lady just so everybody knows. I totally was stoned. Well, I was like, that's awesome, you know? But on the inside, I was like, whirlwind of emotions. I was like, oh my God, that's such a beautiful thing. I'm rooting for you. I'd be in the inside just rooting for people, you know? No, Cheyenne is not pregnant too. You guys, no. TWC's toilet is pregnant. Why don't you go to the water more? I like it out there. I have been going to the water more by myself. But yeah, I could bring you guys down to the water more. Did you ever get, I was on the water yesterday. Did you ever get the Mustang? No, I never got the Mustang. I am thinking about what I want. Zoe, hello. Good morning. Was that loud? I see everyone's in a bit, and I want to let you know that you're doing amazing, and I want to see you hit 1 million subscribers. Just keep doing what you're doing. Aw, thank you, Jurassic Daddy. How's everything going, Zoe? Did you get up that, what do you call it? Registry? Did you get up the registry? Like an Amazon registry, or I know some people do Target, but I mean, Target's Target, so I don't know. Aren't we boycotting Target or something? She was crying. I was crying. I was totally crying. Didn't you once have a username called Consistently Inconsistent? I did. I did have it. Consistently Inconsistent was my second TikTok. I was like, what? And it makes consistently, I think it was consistently inconsistent. It was whatever is not a word. So, good morning, good morning. I can't read my own writing, block letters, but I usually mislabel everything. Man, right? Why are you always judging me, Jacob? You always judging me. I don't have any cups. You know I don't have any cups. Update, our dishwasher, our brand new dishwasher is finally broke. It's finally broke, you guys. They finally murdered it. It's killed. It's out of here. So now we get to wash dishes by hand like back in the day, like all of my childhood. Who cares about a nice fancy LG dishwasher? Not us. Take dumps, massive dumps on it. Is it nicer? We're going to take a bigger dump on it. So frustrating. Drink it. Yeah, it is glass. You guys. Yeah. I had a purpose for it. I'm drinking Twinings. It's not my usual yogi tea. I like the yogi tea for the things, But I like Twinings because I like Irish tea and I like the Twinings brand of Irish tea. I also really like English breakfast. I just use as much disposable country as possible. To each their own. No, this is first off, I was like, I don't want to drink out of this because it's not for that, but at the same time, it is so satisfying. It's more like it's more satisfying than drinking anything out of a wine glass. Do you have warranty on it? Are they going to replace? Warranty on my on the dishwasher? That's a really good question. Huh. It's only like a year or two old. Maybe it's more. Might be more. I'm not sure if we have one of those. I will have to ask my kid's dad and see what he says because I don't know. There's some things I'm not going to put on my brain because it would literally like make me go full Yantard. I'm already barely hanging on. I do need a hot tub. Consistently inconsistent is something I've said for years. I can't believe you said that. I totally had a whole channel about it because I have been so consistently inconsistent. That's a round forehead. Forehead alone. Oh my gosh, your OCD? Yeah, no, look, I had to fight past it. I'm fighting past different, like, versions of myself. My warranty, I'm definitely gonna check the warranty, you guys. We put milk in our tea over here, and Irish breakfast is better than English, but much better, but pretty much the same. Yeah, exactly. I can pick on you more tea bags or bleached and have plastic to know. No, they don't. Loose leaf tea from China is goated. What? Well, you know what? Pretty soon I'm going to be making my own tea. So it's just a matter of time. Yes, you should check. Then they can maybe fix it or replace it. Whichever would be covered. I'm going to do that after I get off here. I am a genius. Ginger turmeric tea. That would be amazing. I really would love to do that. Like, I get asked on dates often, but never ones that I'm like, well, actually, I do get asked on some dates that I'm like, oh, that would be good, but I don't actually feel like going on with you. But that would be a freaking cute date, especially for me and a girlfriend. A tea making date. There's got to be somewhere around here that does natural teas, and we can make natural teas together. That is a next level date. You guys can steal my idea if you want. If you want to take a girl on a date where she's like, wow, this is really impressive. Take her somewhere to make little tea bags. I guarantee you she'll be like, this is literally the cutest thing I've ever done. So thank you for the idea, Jacob. We are going to do that. Citrus, ginger root, turmeric, drops of vanilla, coconut oil. Yeah, you make a batch of it on the stove. Great, hot and cold. I'm gonna have to do that. I'm so excited. I can't wait. This is gonna be so exciting. I have to figure this out. How can I do that? I bet you there's either a place or I can probably find all this stuff and we can do it at somebody's house. Maybe Heather's house. That would be cute. We could do like a whole big girl thing. So yesterday I did go out on the water. I got my paddleboard, right? And I was in the paddleboard. I can't stand myself. This is the last thing I'm gonna say before I get off, because I'm gonna get off. So I get in the water, you guys. This is how my connections and my relationships go. I get in the water. I'm on the paddleboard. The whole lake is in front of me. I look far, and what do I see? I see some movement at my bestie's house, and I'm like, I think that's my bestie's house. And there's kids, and I can see people moving and stuff. And I'm like, oh my gosh, and I'm so excited. I'm like, this is my bestie. I can't wait. Like I said, I have not got past the whole, I'm not going to invite myself. I don't do that. I don't like to do that. doesn't feel good, will not do that. Usually when I go past her house or anything, like, I would just pretend like I didn't see a party going on. I would just pretend like I'm so invested in this squirrel that I didn't even know you existed right there. You know, unless you say something, then, you know. But something in me is like, no, girl, go across that lake and say hi to your bestie. So I'm over here like, all right, cool. I'm vlogging a little bit, you know. I'm like, I'm so uncomfortable right now. This is uncomfortable. I'm swimming across the lake to see my bestie, who's clearly right there, sitting next to what looks like one of her girlfriends. Her kid's in the water. I'm like, cool. I start getting closer. I'm like, I probably should say something. Don't say anything. I just keep going. Right as I get up to the house, like, I've come so far, like 90% of the way. There's like 10% of the way. I could jump off the dock and swim to it within less than a minute. She gets up out of her chair and walks into the house. I'm like, what the fuck is that? I know you know I'm the only person with a pink paddleboard on this lake. My brain starts flooding at this point. My brain is flooding at this point. My brain is like, she hates you. I'm like, no, she doesn't hate us. Maybe she saw us coming and she's just going to get us a chair. You know, I'm like, no, fucking turn about. Turn around right now. Turn this paddleboard around. I'm like, this is our friend Cheyenne. So I'm like, whirlwind of emotions. I am so angry. I'm like, this is so embarrassing. There's like 30 people right here. Her friend just saw this happen. I don't know what happened. I turned around instantly and went the other way. I don't know if I'm going to, you know, and she's still my best friend. I'm not like, she's not like my best friend still. I don't have any best friends. I actually don't have a best friend. Actually, I'm lying. I have a twin, which is better than a best friend. I have a twin. That's way better than a best friend. But that is how a lot of my connections go. Was it a missed connection? Maybe. I don't know. Miscommunication? I don't know. I didn't say I was coming over, but like I said, I'm like, I don't always do that. I can't wait till I have a girlfriend where it's understanding that I'm like a feral cat. I need a freedom, and I need to feel open enough to come as close as I want to, but also to leave at any given point that I want to, you know? But yeah, that was the way that my last interaction went. I don't know what happened. I don't know what a normal person's response would be to what happened, but mine was instantly, I hate you. Why did you make me go all the way across this lake to see this friend, and now we are taking this paddleboard of shame back to our house? It's a beautiful lake. So silly. So silly. But that's how I felt. That was a horrible feeling for me. I don't ever want to feel like that again. I really don't. I've had to push past so much discomfort to connect with people and say basic things that has felt so overwhelming that I do not feel bad about not responding to a lot of people, and for a lot of people being like, you're gonna wait for me, you know, because one, that'll tell me whether it's safe or not, and two, most likely you'll just leave if it's long enough, you know. But that didn't feel good at all. It felt really, really bad. All right, you guys, that's the story time I have for you about how my friend totally turned around the second I got there. It's so funny. Is it wrong to desire unconditional love from a woman that's not your mom? That is such a deep question. I don't think that it is wrong at all. I think that there is a fine line between abuse or like you taking advantage of someone. But I think that all love should be unconditional. Like, if you're gonna love, I feel like you should do it without attachment and without the need for something. You know, I don't feel like love is transactional. I feel like, yeah. but maybe you could elaborate or give an example of something. But I think that it's a natural desire to want unconditional love. And I am guessing that you've maybe seen some of the videos or something making you feel like that it's wrong. Or I don't know, you'd have to explain, you'd have to elaborate a little bit. I'm not standing up. I'm not here to please you. I'm here to say hi to my friends. Hi, friends. What's up, R2D2? Hello, hello. I've had nothing but a fight for whatever it is tomorrow. I've got to pop in for a surprise visit with the code enforcement officer. I'll shame them for enabling or being incompetent. Okay, Mossy, go get them. I hope you are still able to go and listen to church online. Your videos are awesome. Oh, yeah, no. I would like to. I would really love to do that. I do still listen to it. And I am still praying, but even the connections in the church, I just gotta figure out this attachment thing, you know? Because I'm also like, I'm sorry, but like 95% of the people that we come in contact with are like, I don't think that we should be attaching to or even connecting with. But I'm not a good... Being uncomfortable is the way. Yeah, no, I'm definitely pushing past a lot of discomfort. Sometimes it's worth it. Sometimes, most times it's not. But sometimes we just don't know. Such a great Gatsby Dylan type situation. Good morning, Sir Jalen. If you're still in here. I know I'm catching up like so bad. Same stuff happened in the Great Gatsby. That is so horrible. You guys are so... Thank you for making me laugh. It was traumatizing. She should have said hi. Look, no, Nancy, look, I was sure once I got to a certain point, she would be like, hey, hi. We had just been texting. They were having a party or something. She told me about it prior. It's fine. I'm sure I would have been probably welcome, but I don't like the feeling of... I haven't discovered that. I didn't push past that discomfort. I totally was like, the second the discomfort touched me, I was like, goodbye. I don't need to be here. I actually wasn't even coming here. I was just swimming across the lake to your house to turn around. That's exactly what I was doing. So it was horrible. The overthinking is calming. No, it's not. Your overthinking is giving me anxiety. Is it ice cream? Look. Dang, don't talk about my best friend, you guys. My problems are not my best friend's problems. My best friend is a really awesome, secure woman, and that's the hard part in this. Because I don't think anything less of her, and I don't think she's bad or had any ill intentions, because she's a really dope person. I just think that there's some things that are overwhelming and overcome me, and that's mine to get over. Next time and see her, tell her you saw her and paddled over and she went inside. Doesn't have to be confrontational, but let her explain, because you're beating yourself up for it. Aw, thank you so much for that, Jacob. And she's provided a safe enough space for me to tell her that. So I will be telling her that, because I have told her how important she is to me, and I have been very open. I haven't talked to her about like attachment things, because I'm just now learning about that. But I definitely will be bringing this up to her and tell her how stupid and uncomfortable I felt and all of that. I will be fully vulnerable in that experience to her. She's gonna tell me that I was silly. She's gonna probably tell me I should have came over. She's gonna do the thing. She could not. But she's been very secure in her responding to certain things that I am fully aware are me things. And I've done my best to make her aware of, hey, like, I sometimes struggle with feeling welcomed. Sometimes I struggle with feeling like I'm wanted places, because there's been so many times I showed up places and that was not the case. I was in a corner by myself, or I was told, hey, I actually only invited you because you're a pretty girl, or hey, like, these people don't like you. These people think that your eyes are scary. Like, there's been a lot of instances where I've had to become, like, be places where I was, like, the problem in the room. So I will communicate that to her. And that's for her to receive and either have awareness, gain awareness of me as a friend, or be like, no, I totally just was like, ew. What month was I born? Love can't be conditional. No, it's not. Like, there's a difference between conditions and standards, you know? So I feel like people get confused. Conditions, like, today's day and age, it's like this conditions, like, I'll do this if you get this, or, you know, like what's an example? I'd have to think of some examples. You missed us and love you. Bryson, we've missed you, my friend. You've been thought about, and we missed Lovey, definitely. I think Lovey's about to hit 1K. I have fallen off of, I've fallen off on me, so I can't really keep up with them. But yes, I'm trying. I'm doing my absolute best. My literal best. It looks different every time, you know? Jalen, what are you up to this beautiful Sunday? My deadlift, I haven't reached that yet. This life is an emotional roller coaster. Maybe have a depression walk in the words. Look, Mossy, I appreciate that. See, it's an emotional roller coaster inside of me, and I understand that. And I understand that a lot of people feel uncomfortable or don't feel comfortable around that. So I don't share a lot of myself or my feelings. And I can't directly with people because it'll make them really uncomfortable. And I am going to speak on that a little bit on the how to ease anxious tendencies. Because in the time, there was at least there's at least 3 times I can pull from the last month where I had to be in control of, hey, we're going through the fire right now. We can either turn around or we are gonna go through the fire, because it's important. If we actually give a crap about furthering this connection, we have to do our part in this, which sometimes is going through an emotional roller coaster. My friend does not have to go through an emotional roller coaster because I had to. But she does need to know the awareness of what it looks like for me and how to love me in a way to where we can continue that relationship. But yeah, that's a big part of masking. Emotional, being very emotional and able to be in touch with my emotions is what makes it so that I have the empathy for other people. Is why I have so much compassion for other people, while I also think people are garbage. It's like it's my in my nature. It's part of my inner self. That's what, you know, I'm intuitive and all those good things because I've that part of me has been wounded so much. And so I've locked it away from a lot of people. But it's very important for me to be able to nurture and care for the people around me. Otherwise, I would just be like a take your stuff, leave, okay, kind of person all the time, because I can totally be that person. So, yes, everybody likes when I do stretching. Lovey, oh my gosh, it's a reunion. Lovey Bryson is here. VIP's here. Jalen's here. Is It's Ray coming? You guys missed Zoe and Nikki were in here earlier. R2D2's here. VIP was the first one. I think you were the first one. First or second. Crying does something to my vile heart. For real, crying does something to my vile heart too. The great Kevin Gates says, go where you're celebrated, not where you're tolerated. Amen. I must be far. I must be back in the room part. Yeah, no, I definitely go where I'm celebrated and not where I'm tolerated. And the majority of the time, I can't tell, so I just don't go. I would go places I wasn't wanted just to make sure everyone was uncomfortable. Sometimes, Mossy. Sometimes that's the joy in being places. My life has actually sucked right now. Aw, I'm sorry, Levy. I hope everything is going well. At a wedding and got someone's grandma. Oh my gosh, her birthday as well. Even outside the media. Filter, joy, and respect. Aw, thank you. We're working on it. Things are rough. The pressure is being applied. Yes, we appreciate you here, Levy. Good morning. It will work out. The whole point is to heal yourself. No one else knows you better than you. Amen. Roman Reigns is? No, I don't know who Roman Reigns is. Yes. Thank you guys for always being so supportive of each other. And, you know, I know I miss catching up and stuff sometimes, and you guys always really have each other, and I really love that. I relapsed a few days ago. You know, sometimes that happens, and you can give yourself grace through him that strengthens you. And I believe that, you know, sometimes we get pushed back to have a little bit more awareness and see that ourselves is struggling. And although it may feel like everybody else abandons us or leaves us, we can say, hey, look, I'm gonna be here for myself in this moment. What brought me back here? What's going on? How am I feeling? What is upsetting me? What is, you know, bringing me to this? I'm going to work on that anxious behaviors, how to ease that. But for things like that, I would definitely talk to someone that you love. More an adult, somebody that's old enough to have the awareness. Sometimes when we talk to our peers, they kind of are in the same boat as us, you know. So if people that's in the same boat as us, you know, when we're drowning, somebody else is gonna make us drown even worse. But maybe if there's a stable, grounding adult that you feel safe enough to talk to, you can always talk to them. Something that I've been doing to help myself with emotions and like thoughts that I feel I can't bring anywhere else is ChatGPT. I will type it in there. I'll be like, look, am I crazy? What do you think about this situation? And it's really good at being helping you gain perspective, understanding. I'm tired talking to my older sister, but she tried to tell my grandma. Yeah, again, I don't know if you know what ChatGPT is, but if you talk to ChatGPT, if you tell it like, hey, I've been experiencing these things and I've been doing these things, why am I doing them? What's causing this? This is my thoughts around it. It can sometimes put it in a readable, digestible, hey, this is going on. But I really want you to be safe, Lovey. I was saying, yeah. Ice cream. Jalen, ChatGPT, I'm telling you. I was like, I'm just an internet stranger anyways. And ChatGPT was like, you're not just an internet stranger. What you felt was very valid, and you just need to take a step back. I'm telling you, if you type in what's going on in ChatGPT, it will tell you like some good advice. It will tell you a different perspective than you're seeing. What I asked it recently, because I'm going through the attachment thing, right? How come, I type in there the facts. I'm a fearful avoidant, grew up with a lot of family trauma, my, blah, 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 details. How come when I would play with my little cousin who had a very stable, from the outside, she had a very stable life. Her parents were together, always lived on the same block. Every time we would play, I had to be a better character. I had to be Pocahontas. She got to be the no-name friend. I'm Cinderella. She gets to be one of the ugly stepsisters. If she's a movie star, I'm a global nominated movie star and a singer and an actor. How come? That was something I asked ChatGPT recently. Anyways, I'm just saying, you put all that in there, and it came back with, hey, that's a really great question. Thank you for all the details. I'm telling you, it worked. Ice cream. Yeah, you give yourself grace, Lovey. Give yourself grace. We all fall off, and sometimes falling off, it's like, I'm struggling to pull the Bible verse, but, fall down 7 times, get up 8. Anyways, a wrestler and a world champion, you gotta respect that. Okay, there's so many conversations going on right now. ChatGPT is your personal counselor and accountable partner. It is VIP. And you know how I felt about it like a year ago. How funny is that? But yes, I go to ChatGPT now, you guys. And if I need more insight or perspective, because it is a computer that processes behaviors. It's studied all of those things in books that I can't get to and don't have access to a mentor above me, directly. I have a couple I can watch, but I don't have any that I'm like, hey, I need this insight right now. It's been invaluable. So it's it didn't even put itself on the list of, what to do when you're feeling anxious, or but if you do type it in, it'll give you perspective, it'll give you input, it'll tell you, hey, the reason why that you were doing that was because that was your way of feeling like you were in control in a very uncontrolled life, and all this other stuff. I forgot what it says, but it's really a great tool in the self-awareness journey. So like, I've asked it about my crushes and stuff. Like, we're like, my best friend situation. I should type my best friend situation in there. But I'm not going to do it for every situation. Just the ones where I'm like, I need another eyes on this besides my twins. Am I hyper independent in a bad way? No, I'm not. I'm definitely not. But I'm definitely very choosy about where I receive from. And, I don't like being in a position where I need to make a choice that I don't like all the choices. Mind is a material phenomenon. It is IG. What? Anyways, I gotta go too. Love you guys so much. Thank you for chit-chatting with me. It's been about 54 minutes. I'm gonna get off and finish this awesome board that I was working on. Working on this board for you guys. For a presentation. I really like the whiteboard. I don't know why. Basically, I can decipher the gray area. Yeah, I don't know. Love you guys. I'll see you very soon. I have the whole day off, so I'm excited.